Welcome to Happy Pupcast. I'm your host, Gabby Sloan, and today we have Blueberry Cottage Labradoodles. Thank you so much for joining us today and being part of our breeder series. Would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us kind of who you are and what you guys do.
My name is Heather Clark. I own Blueberry Cottage Labradoodles in Western Wisconsin. We've been doing this since 2011. We focus a lot on therapy temperaments. So that really has been one of the things that we've enjoyed doing and providing pups that really help out people in the community.
So tell me a little bit more about that. I know you're very heavy into therapy training.
We have actually worked with a number of local police departments in Wisconsin and have provided them therapy pups, and they actually do all the training. So they have all the hard work, I say. We give them just a good solid base in terms of a puppy that has that potential, a puppy that's confident and outgoing and loves people. Then they take it from there and they socialize them. A lot of them are school resource officers. And so the pups, well, they naturally love kiddos. And so it's a really, really good fit.
That's awesome. That's awesome. When you started breeding, was it part of the vision or part of the thought that you were going to get into this and you just didn't quite know how to get into the therapy side of it? Like, how did that come together?
Yeah, I've always loved the thought and the idea. I hadn't really done a ton with it until one of our local departments reached out to us and was like, hey, would you be interested? It happened to be right before COVID. I was like, sure, sounds great. Our first pup that we donated to the police department is Donut, and he's a celebrity in and of himself in Altoona. You know, he did a really good job. His handler was a school resource officer. You know, he took him to the school every single day and just practiced as much as he possibly could. But Donut is amazing. He's a great representation of our breed and our breeding program. It just takes time and a lot of effort. These officers, they do so much work with them. They're not the typical canine. They're the cuddle me, love me, let me give you tons of hugs and kisses, which has a lot of value in the community. You know, it only takes one tragedy and they become incredibly important.
Definitely really important. And I love seeing all your videos, just kind of sharing all the joy that they bring people. So good for you and congrats on that.
Thank you. It's a lot of hard work. I give these handlers a ton of credit. You know, you do a ton of training, you get it. I think it's easy to assume that any dog can be a therapy dog, but they need a solid foundation. And if they don't have that solid foundation, then it just doesn't happen.
Definitely 100%. That's what it comes down to, is that foundation that you guys are providing over there. For your puppies, for when you raise them, tell us a little bit more about what does it look like from their birth, from 0 days old all the way to when they go home. What does that process look like in terms of how you raise them?
They're born in our home with us. We have a walkout basement downstairs, so it allows the mamas to have a little bit more privacy, which they appreciate when their puppies are first born. We also have cats, and they don't always appreciate our kitties. So we want to make sure they have lots of privacy. I'm always there whelping with them just in case anything happens. If they need help, God forbid, we need to do a C-section. We just want to recognize those signs really quickly and get them what they need. Then we are working with them. We're doing early neurological stimulation, holding them in different positions and tickling their feet a little bit and having them on a cold surface. It's supposed to really help their stress response. When they get to be about 4 to 5 weeks old, maybe 6 weeks old, depending on the litter, we have Puppy Cottage, which is a small building. It's kind of fun. It has a radio in there. It's got heat. It's got air conditioning. It's got a different surface. So we're thinking about all of those socialization things as they're growing. And it allows them to get out the door, down the steps, the 2 or 3 steps, and in the yard going to the bathroom early. At 4 or 5, 6 weeks at the latest, they're going outside 3 to 6 times a day, depends on our schedule. But it makes such a huge difference for the families when the puppies go home. If they've already started going outside, realizing, oh, this grass or this snow is totally okay. My nieces come over and play with them a lot. They love it. The puppies love it. So it's kind of awesome. Just different experiences. We go to the vet at 7 weeks. We do temperament testing. I do that myself just because during COVID, nobody was like wanting to come out. And so we just switched to doing that. You get familiar and know what to expect. Every once in a while, you have didn't expect that. So work with it. My nieces help me with that, even though they don't know they're helping me with that. I love it. And then they go home at 8 weeks. Throughout the process, we're sending a whole bunch of emails, really educational in nature. We want to make sure people feel like they're ready for their puppies. And so everything from grooming information, nutrition, training. How do you find a trainer?
I don't know anybody.
Right?
Who? Wait, what?
Exactly. Shopping list. And then kind of the final gotcha day. What do you need on that day that you're bringing the puppy home when you come to our home to pick them up? A lot of times they're first-time puppy buyers. We just want people to feel somewhat ready. And then we're always available, for our buyers after the pups go home as well.
Thank you so much for sharing all that whole process and everything. I love hearing the ENS. I mean, putting the small stressors on their body so that way, as they get older, and all of the studies and research have shown that the puppies are able to live healthier and also longer lives. So I love that you do that, doing it for the good of the puppies, and then taking into consideration that different surfaces are scary to puppies, and
Right.
really introducing that to them is really nice, especially for the therapy aspect of it.
It's fun. We enjoy it. We enjoy working with the folks that have our puppies and making sure they're happy and healthy.
Your puppy is here. First off, he's beautiful. He's like the deepest dark red ever. He has the sweetest, nicest little personality. Kind of happy his genetics didn't work out for you so we could have him.
Right? Health testing, sometimes it doesn't fall in our favor. We call it health testing, but in all honesty, it's factors that are irrelevant for puppy families. They are relevant for us as breeders to make sure we don't carry on specific traits that are less desirable. And in this case, it happened to be the nice, fluffy, cute, teddy bear look. I think he's going to be a great fit for them.
Since you're a Labradoodle breeder, there's lots of different organizations out there that you could be affiliated with. Are you affiliated with any of them? Not to say, I have my own thoughts about being affiliated with associations. I don't really think it's a end all be all or a necessity, but I think it doesn't hurt.
We have been members of the ALAA, which is the Australian Labradoodle Association of America, since we began in 2011. I know it's kind of a mouthful. They're the longest standing organization out there. Nice thing about it, I think, is they verify all pedigrees so we know what's in the pedigree. There are certain things that we have to follow, like the code of ethics, which I think brings a certain amount of legitimacy. When I'm mentoring new breeders, I always tell them, look at their pages, follow their social media, and choose which one feels right to you. Choose which one feels like you're going to have the best connection with, that supports what you want to do in your breeding program. And for me, the legitimacy of pedigrees and health testing was incredibly important. And so that's why I chose who I chose.
Do you have any cute little fluffy ones that you could show us?
This is a little cutie from Cherry's litter. He is just a chunky monkey. He's about 3 weeks old.
He's a beautiful, beautiful caramel, like a goldeny coat.
He's one that I would say right now I have my eye on as a potential therapy dog.
He's really cute. You can see the expression in his face. I agree with you on the therapy aspect.
I always tell people, don't set your mind on one puppy, because you never really know which one is going to end up being the best temperament for you and for your family until they get a little older, until they start, developing their personality a little bit more.
A coat. Really
He's got a solid coat that comes from his daddy's side for sure.
He's going to be like the Fabio,
For sure. He's a cutie. I love him. His name in his litter is Gummy Bear. His mama is Cherry. And they've done Sunday toppings as her litter theme. And so he's Gummy Bear, one of the toppings.
Aww.
Who knows? Maybe she'll be your next best friend.
Right? Is there anything that you would like to touch upon that we haven't yet?
We hand deliver throughout the United States. My husband will either fly your puppy to you or he'll drive. Depends on what else we have going on in our crazy lives. Sometimes we have multiple puppies headed out east, and so it's easier to drive because there's certain restrictions on the airlines.
And we do not want to put them in cargo or in the
No.
overhead compartment.
But apparently it's happened in the past.
What social platforms are you on, and what is the best way to get in contact with you to get one of your amazing puppies?
We're on Facebook and Instagram. The best way to contact us is by filling out our application on our website. Usually about 24, 48 hours, we're in touch with you via email asking for a good time to schedule a phone call, and that starts the process.
Thank you so much for being part of this. We're so excited to share your information with the world, and I can't wait to do this again with you.
Thank you. And thank you for being such an awesome trainer and helping out with little Chief.
Thank you so much. We love him. I'm going to be sad to see him go. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you again.